Alright, folks, this is going to actually be an interesting little replay here. It's probably going to be actually my best battle in the Tirpitz so far. But it's going to be me and Honky in the Tirpitz and him in the Bismarck, and we're in a Tier 9 battle. But let's see how this one goes. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to commentary as it happens, but let's get out of this free camera and see what I'm looking at. Now, I had just got out of being pink, so I was enjoying it. And I kind of wish that I had recorded this as it was going on, because it was much, much more interesting, we'll put it per se. Now, most of the team is going around towards Alpha and Bravo. Our Azumos decided to head down towards A. We've got a few. I don't think we have a lot of ships that go down towards B. I'm randomly firing off that rounds. Let's just see if I can hit something while I go ahead and swap. We got about several ships that head down towards C, and me and Honky are heading down towards Delta.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
And as you can see, we've got a Nagato and a Maki heading this way. Actually, the Nagato is heading, looks like, towards Bravo. Fer de Grobe's going to be giving us some pain later, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Now, I don't know if 0.060 has come out today. That's the reason why I'm going ahead and recording this. I will say this, I am looking forward to the skill changes. I guess I'm guilty. I'm not one of the people that has a 15-point captain. Or, a 15-point captain, which gives you level 5 skills. I do have a lot of captains with 11 and 12. I mean, I've actually got, I quite literally on a lot of my ships, I went through up to 4 point, and I just went back to 1 and 2. It just gave me so much more versatility, but that was my decision. Now, I've actually played with Xer a couple of times in previous games, and this dude's pretty good. But I don't know if he had an off game. He should have whipped me and Honky in this play, because there was many times I've played against him in throughout the year, and he just mopped the floor with me. Yeah, I think those were dropping all short. I noticed as soon as I fired the second set that I was like, okay, I think I had that aimed a little too low. And I'm a crap player. I'm not going to say I'm good. I know that right now I'm aiming too far aft, and I've always been conservative in my aim. I mean, it just happens. Now, like anybody that happens to ask, I do utilize the Aslan.com mod pack, and as you're seeing in the center of the map, or the center of the screen, this is the Navigator mod that I do wholeheartedly expect Wargaming eventually make that we can't use, because as you can see, this kind of gives me an idea of how far to aim up or down based on the angle that it's showing of the ship. Now, it basically turns red, yellow to green based on where you should be able to penetrate. Now, if you can't tell from a ship that is sight on, aim now. There's something wrong. But, and I was shallow in that, and I know it. I go ahead and launch torpedoes. Honky takes a salvo at him. And I take a good little hit there. Now when we're at 6.5 kilometers, you can usually start aiming at the bow or the first turret, and it'll usually do pretty good. Now I try to aim where that seam, where the number 2, and I nuke him. As I was saying, ideally you want to aim where that seam for the number 2 and number 3 deck are. A lot of ships have 2 decks above the waterline. Now I begin engaging this Fer de Grobe. I advise Honky to begin engaging him as we both begin opening fire.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Now, I believe these torpedoes are actually from, I believe the Rune? I know they ain't from the Atlanta. The Atlanta don't have the range for those. Now, this Fer de Grobe is beginning to engage us here. It's right about this point that I begin realizing there's a destroyer that is coming around behind us. Unfortunately, I do believe I'm going to run aground here.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
As Fer de Grobe's moving out of my angle, I begin opening up on this Rune here. Fire a salvo off in his direction. I get a few shots on him. I don't actually get a lot because all that ends up hitting is open penetrations. Now I go ahead and take this left course, and at the point this I notice the smoke, and I know there's a destroyer there because now I can see him.
Enemy severely damaged.
I open up with the main battery, go ahead and switch to HE here. As you can see, one of the best things, start slowing and turn. You do not want to stay on the same course, especially in a battleship. What's the one thing a lot of people do? Stay on the same course and stay with the same thing with the battleship. Now he's so close, it doesn't matter if he's in the smoke. It's seeing him, and I just flat nuke him. 5 HE hits. I go ahead and swap back to this AP here, and I'm going to open up on the Fer de Grobe again as I take a nice solid direct hit from him. I figured I'd be using the smoke here against him, but yeah, I finally get unspotted here, but it's not going to do me much good. I'm moving at full speed, and I'm going to move out of the smoke pretty quickly.
Problem solved, sir.
And a Shiratsu over here actually opened up on him, but it's not going to matter because he's about to go bye-bye anyways. And from the looks of it, he keeps running aground over there. And Honky gets taken out by the Shiratsu.
The ship is on fire.
At this point in time, it's starting to look a little bad because we just lost 2 ships in rapid succession. One from the Nagato to the Honor Colorado, and the other one took out the Sims. But a Loyang did take out the Shiratsu there. Now I'm going to go ahead and swap to free camera here. And you notice we do have a destroyer still available. Where he's at, our Loyang is 12 kilometers off. Now he's going to make his way all the way down here and actually help me out, and that is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the guy, I can't complain. This guy helps out tremendously. Now I'm still engaging this Frigate de Gros, but now because he kept angling the ship, I started swapping over to HE ammo here because I just, at that angle, AP's just not going to hardly do a whole lot. Not unless I can get it down through the deck, and even then, it's not going to do significant unless I can get it down into the Citadel. And he sets me back on fire. This ship, for whatever reason, almost every shell he's fired has set me on fire. At least in every salvo. I can't complain, though, because I'm not dead.
All stations, concentrate fire.
Now, I'm doing my best to burn this son of a gun to the ground. But it's going to take some time. I can't just get him to burn myself. Now, you notice his fires went out. Now, I don't know if he put them out himself or if he had, if he let them go out on their own. Now I noticed that he was starting to angle towards me, so I had fired AP there. I did manage to disable one of his aft turrets. I didn't destroy it, but I disabled it. Now you'll notice the Loyang is getting a little bit closer here. I'm lucky that didn't do more damage than it did. And I got mad there because for whatever reason it just swapped from one ammo type to the other. I did not swap it myself. I was actually about to fire the HE and tell it to change. I never touched the button, but it just goes ahead and swaps for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a screw up in my keyboard or what. Now seeing the New Orleans here at this kind of an angle, and knowing that I've got AP loaded now, I just got to do it. Now I'm going to swap to the free camera here. Here goes Asmodeus, and Asmodeus is actually going to advise me of something, and I'm actually paying attention to chat.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
But I mean, I'm focusing on this New Orleans up ahead of me, and you see he tells me, stop, let me smoke. I immediately cut my power to my engines, and I start turning so that it'll let me turn and slow even more. I dodged rounds from the New Orleans there, and I am actually in the smoke, and I am stopped. Time to rain hell. That salvo there sets the Nagato on fire. And I go ahead and thank Asmodeus and the Loyang Premium Tier 8 destroyer. I believe that destroyer is based on the Benson hull, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, it might be the Fletcher, don't quote me. But it is a very, very nice destroyer. Swapping back from the free camera there. Going in to see Hatton open fire on this Nagato here. Now, I swapped off the New Orleans there. I could probably have done more damage just sitting here shooting at him, but I wanted to get this battleship that's coming into range, coming into my angles, and do some damage to him. Now he's burning to death, so I go ahead and start swapping over to this New Orleans in front of me. The only reason I swapped to him is because I looked at the map just before I fired and noticed that the other ship is starting to come into sea now. But at the time, he was still over by that island, so I couldn't do anything about him. And I nuke him. That's 3 ships down. 127,000 damage so far. Over 76 hits. Now, I'm only going to get one more strike, if I remember correctly, before the end of this match. But we'll do what we can to help the team over there. I go ahead and launch my spotter aircraft so that way I can see up and over this island over here. And in doing so, arc my shells and actually hit this North Carolina. If I remember correctly, I believe that it's my last shot that's actually going to get on him. I don't believe... Yep, that's right. We capped him out.
Remember, folks, if you enjoyed the show, if you will, give me a like and a subscribe, and until next time.